All right, y'all, we got Isaiah Hartenstein to the Los Angeles Lakers for Marc Gasol. Oh, yeah, I think they're going to need a new replacement because he's... Okay, we're going to get into it. Opening with Marc Gasol reportedly not looking to return to the Lakers, and he's not a lock at this point. So they may look to replace him, although most of the quality power forward and centers out there are already signed. But there are still a few hidden gems remaining. So replacing our guy Marc Gasol with Isaiah is a perfect fit for the Los Angeles Lakers. They need a little youth. He's 23 years old, and he could potentially be a star in the NBA in the future, both offensively and defensively. Our boy Isaiah is a player that you could keep your eye on if you're the Los Angeles Lakers because, hey, if they want to continue to rebuild right now, you know, they got an older squad, so they're going to need some youth. Welcome to the NBA show. Yes, sir, let's go. So this will probably have to go down in a trade. I'm told that Isaiah plans to opt out of his player option since his qualifying offer is going to be a little over $2 million and it'll be worth a little bit more than the minimum salary that he had as a player option. Then he'd become a restricted free agency. You know what I'm saying? Ideally, they'd negotiate something along the lines of the same terms with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Hey, he's still a really young player too. So maybe with some more legit burn, he could steadily improve to be more comfortable. Just like any player, really. Now, the Nets may launch a fierce pursuit for this guy. Like Irving, Harden, Griffin, and Mills Durant, fancy people should not be too bad, you know. Reporter Lewis also said this is not the first time the Nets have shown strong interest in Isaiah. According to the reports, the Nets wanted to sign him before the end of the Orlando campus game last year, but contract issues hindered the process. It now appears that the Nets are open for Isaiah, and they may reach an agreement in the next few days or weeks or so. So having a guy like Isaiah in the lineup for the Los Angeles Lakers will strengthen their chances to win a championship next year. And Jared Dudley departed the Lakers this week to join Jason Kidd and the Dallas Mavericks on their coaching staff. And he somewhat lost a heated online debate over just how much value he has for the Los Angeles Lakers. Has been the team's reasoning for wanting to go away from him. A completely defensible desire to slightly get a bit younger on the fringes. Here's Jared Dudley. But I did want to come back. I did think I could help the team, especially having so many new players. But I understand why they wanted to go younger. And our guy Isaiah, last year he averaged 15 points per game, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, and 1 steal per game on 75 possessions. Not bad at all. And he's only 23 years old, so yeah, we could use a little bit more youth. And Jared Dudley, you know, he just wasn't doing nothing on the court, man. We need on-court production. In 16 games, including 2 of his 4 career starts, the boy Isaiah averaged 8.3, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, and 1.2 rebounds. And these are all career highs for a buddy boy. He has clearly defined a role and projects well alongside of guys like Larry Nance Jr. or Kevin Love. Bigger staff was planning to use those combinations over the last final weeks. He wanted to run his offense through the bigs, but Isaiah wanted to keep flashing and improving his outside shot, even though injuries prevented that. He did enough to turn heads though. So if he sticks around, he could be much more than a short-lived trade deadline surprise, if you ask your boy. Isaiah's surprising production is another step in the right direction for Cleveland. Once again, Isaiah has only played 4 games so far. He could just be on a hot streak right now, but who knows what could happen moving forward. And he seems skilled enough to be potentially a great bench player. Isaiah was regulated to the bench in favor of Jarrett Allen, who has been retained by the Cleveland Cavaliers for the upcoming season. But hey, regardless with the numbers, respect, and all of these things that you can add in, he has never performed better in the NBA than he did for the Cleveland Cavaliers. And one of the best centers available that could currently be signed right now. And his ball handling at a 7-footer is giving reasons enough. Many people will put pendants and believe that he could be a star in this league in the near future. And his defense on the perimeter when needed against bigger guards, can make a difference in itself. Oh, and make no mistakes about it, he's an impressive dunker. Similar to Mason Plumlee, and he has the ability to finish powerfully around the rim with 2 hands when given a lane. It's not difficult to see him finishing a couple dunks per game, courtesy of nifty passes. Now, while he's able to use his athleticism to finish efficiently around the rim, he's one of those guys who has a lot of skill sets in his game that is fully untapped at this moment. He has the flair for the dramatics and occasionally finds himself diving to the baskets for easy lays. Yes, sir. And he shoots fine enough on the free throw line, 66 for his career in the G League. And he has shown ability to shoot that tray ball from behind the arc. Yeah, although his shot still needs a little bit of help. And if he dedicates himself to live in the gym to work on his tray ball, the upside is relentless. And he's working with a mental health coach. He reads meditation books. He's learning how to have fun with the process again. his mind is in a good place with great coaches, great franchise, and teammates who believe in him. So in conclusion, the marriage between Marc Gasol and the Lakers has almost come to an awkward one, to say the least, with the team never actually letting him go, and sometimes asking for his services, but also never seemingly satisfied with the 7-foot Spaniard, perpetually looking to upgrade. upgrade, yes sir. But we all know the center market is pretty limited right now, and the Lakers, hey, they want to find some front court depth. They won't have many better options than our guy Isaiah. So who do y'all think the Lakers should go after? It's only a few left out there.